Good evening. Hi there. This is Dr. Rao, greeting you all. I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. We certainly did. Our kids came and had a real good dinner prepared by our daughter. And it was a traditional Thanksgiving minus turkey because we are vegetarians. So all the regular goodies of Thanksgiving were there. She is like a chef, so she kind of determines the menu and she does everything. So she takes a lot of pride in it, and we were very happy. Yeah, that meal came out pretty nice. Anyway, everybody has a good time, I hope. This morning, I was at this meeting with some of my other friends on the clubhouse. Also, I opened the room at 7 o'clock in the morning, and Alka came, I think. So we discussed this topic. This was like a definition of what is the Vivekananda's mission, and then he said this. The mission was to realize the divinity within, make everybody realize that, and manifest it. That's kind of tall order, but still has a lot of good points in it. So we were going to look into that. What they mean is we have the body and mind, fine, emotions and all that, but they're only part of us. It's not everything. Beyond the body and the mind, we have this inner being, which is the divine spark with which we get the animation of the body and mind. And just turning towards it and shutting down the superficial mind, usually you get into the real nature of yours, and that spark is there almost in everybody. That's what they were saying. And understanding that, realizing that can be done by some people, but many uh, kind of understand that, but they don't realize, but for the few they realize also, they may not be manifesting it outwardly in an ethical manifestation of it. So two-part things. One part is to really realizing that, and then second part is ethical manifestation of the divinity. You know, this was very illustrative to me too, because I could understand that yeah, we are more than just our body and mind, and I could intuitively feel it also. I could intuitively stay there with the Ramana Maharshi saying of one's attention has always to be on one's inner self. He said that self is not our egotistical self, but also the deeper, much richer, bigger self that everybody shares, and we are all in one self. So that feeling is one we have to embody. Eckhart Tolle had a good definition for that. He said, enlightenment is regaining the memory of the being, which is the self, and uh, realizing or embodying it into the feeling realization of the being. So that fits very well. Okay, that you can intuitively feel with some meditation, calming the mind down and staying within yourself. But the difficult part was to really see whether that is manifested. I found to my surprise that I was not at the time. I was getting irritated easily. I was distracted easily, and all of that. You see, realizing that while you are really going through the life, That is the one ethical manifestation of divinity. You can see that slowly going to that, and once you are in there, then you will be basically selfless and fearless and peaceful, and you are very kind and reverent to everybody, because as you see the self in everybody, you are beneficent to most of the people, and you're compassionate and all that. So those saintly qualities are not grown into, but kind of take away the things that were not of those, and then you will end up that, that's for each individual person to determine. So many factors go into that, right? So that's where we are working on, so we all have the work to do at various stages, at different degrees of work, I feel I have a lot of work to do, but understand the principle, understand what's the greatness about it and all that, that is what I wanted to talk about today, about what is the divinity, what is the spark. There is a simple saying in Sanskrit in India. I think that's a very practical thing. It starts with Beham, that means our body and the mind. Naham, that means I'm not just that. And Koham, then who am I? Soham, that means the divine spark which is within me. Soham has two words. One is so, another is aham. So is the universal self, aham is our individual self. They are all together, and our individual self is a part of the universal self. So you understand, I'm not just the body and mind, but who am I? I am that spark. That is the universal self, is a spark within us. Okay. Once you understand that, then you will be able to embody that, right, and then manifest that. So there was one 12-year-old girl at one time in Ramana Maharshi's ashram. She took up this particular uh, like a mantra, Teham, Naham, Koham, Soham. And she understood the meaning of it, and then she kept on repeating the same thing. And playfully she started, but then that has grown on her, and then she started to do that. Within 2 years she was self-realized, nothing else she was thinking about. So that's the powerful thing about that, so when you take a deep breath, you say, who am I? And then the pranic energy within you, then you say, oh, I am that. Then when you breathe out, you can create that feeling, I am this body and mind. So you let go of that feeling. Okay, that's a good way to practice that, so most of the people end up doing all of that. Okay, so there are Nisargadatta Maharaj. He's a saint in India. He was also very simple. His guru told him that you are not the body mind, you are this self within. And then with that self within thing, they kind of uh, focused on that, and then he was able to completely focus on that. Okay, and and then he developed that concentration, because his guru told him, I'm not this body and mind only, but I am the spark within. He was focused on that, and very soon he realized that, and wonderful wisdom flowed through his mouth after that. Okay, all these are anecdotes I'm telling you, but there is truth in that. Actually, what happened to those people? Okay, so just focusing that on the divine self, not with our mind or body or with our I thought, but just intuitively feeling that reality, that and staying there really results in realizing that, and because it's already there, whether you are enlightened or not. But thing is, once you are realized, then this happen, that means it's already there. You just took away the covers that was on that. Okay, and the next thing is, how do you manifest that? For that, you will know that you are not going to die. Only the body mind dies, and you don't have to be in a hurry because you have a lot of time, and you don't have any fear, and you can work with knowing everybody with that energy and identifying them not by their personality, ego, or body, color, or mind, or thinking, anything like that. Okay, so you realize interconnectedness with everybody, and then you work for the divine self in everybody. That is why it's so significant. Okay, it's a very tough thing. It's not that easy. Like we can get it just like that, but it requires years and years of study, and especially self-study. Just because we know theoretically doesn't mean that we are experiencing that. Okay? That is where the delay happens. Okay, so repeating that kind of thing in these talks and then conveying to people is not only sharing but also it's kind of for me internally is more like a strengthening that abiding in the self. Okay, so I don't lose it while I'm expressing it, and nobody is going to gain it just by listening. But then when they experiment with that, when they go through the experiences within themselves and looking their own inner self, they realize that. Okay, so that is what I wanted to say for today, and anybody has any questions, they can come up and I can answer it. Otherwise, I'll be presenting it maybe some more days, and then maybe present some more documentary or something like that from this. Okay. Uh, Hopefully, everybody will have a good weekend, and I will see you back tomorrow. Okay. Thank you.